Lovely. It's awesome because this is what we do as comedians. We bring out our shows and we suck you into the dark side. We go, hey, come up. Come on up. No, I don't want to. Like, one of them actually was like, I'll go up. I'm holy shit, she's brave. And she's been killing it. Like, I am very honored that this fan became a comedian because that's just really damn cool. It's like, hey, we got another player, so give it up for your friend and mine, Miss Sarah Samaniego.
You can sleep with any of the comics tonight, and it does count. You did read the last name right, Samaniego. I am a white presenting Hispanic woman that we call bifacial. In this political climate, I'm just white. So. But I don't do this. This isn't my full-time job. Surprise, surprise. But I do work in insurance, and it's kind of a slept-upon industry as far as weird shit happening. So I've been doing bodily injury claims for about 9 years. So folks get into car accidents, and I'm the one that they're so mean to. When I started this job, I was working up in Sacramento, and you guys are familiar with Sacramento. Like, have you guys ever watched Cops? Like Watt Avenue, Howe Avenue, those were my people. And I had some weird things, like just to kind of graze off the top. I once had a woman show me her labia, telling me it was injured in a car accident. That is what we call a lose-lose in the industry. I was humped by a client's Great Dane, and I was chased into a ditch by wild turkeys. But one of my very first clients that I met with, he was a gentleman on a bike who got hit in a crosswalk. So I pack up my car, my modest little Chevy Malibu or whatever it is, and I take my little check printer, and I go out and meet with him, and I get to his house, and his house is like chain link fence, the windows are all posted, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be something. I walk up to the chain link fence, he's about to let me in, and that's his pit bull tiger tree, just like going nuts, because I'm standing there, and I'm like, all right. So the guy kind of leads me in, and he's like, well, come on over here, and he shows me his bike, and it's one of those like lowrider bikes with the high handlebars, and of course, obviously the front wheel was bent because that's where he got hit. And so I start talking to him, and then I realize that there's another pair of eyes on me. This guy has a fucking parrot on his shoulder. And so he's talking to me, and I was like, wait, was the parrot on your shoulder when you got hit? He's like, yeah, damn, poor Katie. And so I'm just trying to get this done as fast as possible, and I'm just like, so what can I do to settle your claim today? And he's like, I want $1,000, and I'm like, here's the deal. I will give you $1,000, and I will give you an additional $500 because I don't like to hear fucking birds looking at me, and I think I'll buy you something nice. So, but what, I was like, pretty check, it's all taken care of. But pretty quick after that, they put me like in a ritzy neighborhood, and we're talking like multi-million-dollar houses with just some meaty ass people. And like one of the ones that stood out the most was a real weird experience for me that. So I go to this guy's house. I call him before I leave the office. I'm like, hey, I'm headed your way. I'm bringing some paperwork I need you to sign. He's like, absolutely, bring it over. I get to his house. He lives in a gated community. These guys pat me down and like do the little metal detector between my legs, and like, what is happening? And they're like, it's the Chevy Malibu. I get it. So they let me in, and I get to this guy's house, and I'm knocking on his front door. Nothing's happening, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna leave this stuff on his stoop, and I'm out of here. So from behind me, as I'm getting ready to walk away, I hear the garage door open. So this big dude, and probably like his late 50s, early 60s, comes out in this, black, silky Hugh Hefner robe. And he's like, hey, beautiful. I'm like, oh, hey. garage, and I'm like, the front door's right here. I feel a lot more comfortable walking through there. And so I was just like, all right. So I followed him through, and I have seen some shit. I've seen a lot of hoarder situations. We're talking trash, we're talking pets, we're talking all kinds of stuff, because you're just meeting all these people. This motherfucker was hoarding porcelain dolls. Oh, so many porcelain dolls. Billions of eyes on me, little Asian porcelain dolls, and black porcelain dolls, and black porcelain dolls, little porcelain doll heads, they were just everywhere. And so I'm like walking through, like, okay. So we get into the house, none of the lights are on, completely pitch black. All of his windows are like stained glass windows, like you would see in a church. So there's all these weird hues of red and green, and I'm just like, this is so weird. And so he's like, give me 1 second. I need to say hello to my baby. I'm like, what? And so he takes off his robe to reveal leopard print boxers, I kid you not, to match the leopard print carpet in his living room that matched the leopard print couch that Frenchie with a leopard print sweater was sitting on. So this guy's like rolling around on the floor, just being weird. And I'm like, I don't, no one's gonna believe me that this happened. Like,